actually graduated third in my class. Like,
You
I went
graduated
to the military.
third in your class?
Like, I'm very smart. I just ended up in a situation due to my temper.
Because it
not
sounds like
listening.
once you jumped off the porch, so what type of stuff was you doing?
I mean, since I'm gonna keep it real, like, what you think? I came to Atlanta at the age of 24, and I got broke in quick. Like, I
Okay.
was scamming. I was, you know.
No, say it.
I
Come
was
on.
escorting.
What's up, YouTube? So, guys, we got merch. Make sure you go to AtlantaStreetInterviews.com and grab one of the newest drops. The merch is popping, so make sure you go get it now. AtlantaStreetInterviews.com. If you love the channel, or if you just like the message, Homeless Lives Matter, we all have a story. Or I love Atlanta Street Interviews. Go right now. AtlantaStreetInterviews.com. Get one for your auntie, your mama, your sister, your cousin, your brother, your nephew, your frenemy. Get one for everybody. AtlantaStreetInterviews.com. Go cop the merch. Now back to the content. What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with another one. So we got a young lady with us today. How you doing today, miss?
I'm okay.
All right. So are you homeless?
Very.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 35, but in my head, 19.
In your head, 19. So 19, 16 times. Okay, so 35. And so how long have you been homeless?
Since February.
Okay, what happened in February that caused you to become homeless?
I lost my job. I couldn't afford my rent anymore. I got kicked out, and now I'm on the streets.
Oh, just as simple as that. Okay, how long was it after you lost your job to when you got kicked
like
out?
a month, because fortunately, like, when I lost my job, I got my income taxes right after that. So that helped hold me over for like a month in expensive hotels. And then I was like officially homeless on the streets.
Okay. So I was about to say the income tax only lasted a month?
Because I was
Yeah, that
staying
hotel
at
living.
hotel,
Yeah,
yes.
hotel living is the most expensive way to do it. It's way more than rent, and you normally have to buy food and stuff like that as well. Okay, so 35 since February. You have any kids?
I do.
How many?
I have a 15-year-old son.
Okay. And so, how's has he been staying with you during this time, or?
No, definitely not. He's actually in a situation himself, like in juvenile, and I blame myself because he just lost right now.
Let's talk about that because that happens to a lot of our young men, right? And especially around these ages, they start to smell themselves, start to get a little older. That transition from elementary to middle to high school captures a lot of us young men, right? And so, you say you blame yourself. And was the dad, is the dad involved in his life or whatever?
He's in and out of jail himself.
Okay. So the dad has kind of got similar history, and so was he involved in his life?
He was, and he tries to be now, but he keeps going to jail. I think he's in jail right now.
Okay. All right, so we may tap into that. Have you ever been married?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
On paper, yeah.
Okay,
but,
tell me about that.
he was a Capricorn, enough said. The marriage only lasted 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. So, because when you said on paper, in my head I thought you was talking about one of those green card marriages.
Oh, no. I mean, we went to the courthouse and got married, but we didn't really live
divorced.
a married life. No, we got a divorce. Thank God.
So y'all got a divorce.
Yes.
So you say you didn't live a married life?
Because he had just started truck driving, so the 3 months that we were married, he was on the road. So the divorce, the separation occurred while he was still on the road. The divorce happened a year later.
Yeah. Okay, so what age were you when you got married?
29.
29. This is like 6 years ago. Right before COVID, it sounds like, right?
It was. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what made the marriage only last 3 months?
He was an asshole. He was a Capricorn. I told you, enough said.
That's not enough said. Every Capricorn ain't the same. So
they're evil.
What was it specifically about your marriage that made it dissolve so quickly?
His last statement he told me was it wasn't his responsibility. That right there is enough said. You my husband. Everything about me is your responsibility. So he said it wasn't his responsibility to make sure I got back and forth to a job, even though I was staying in Dallas, Georgia with no transportation. I'm like, how am I get back and forth? I reached out to him while he on the road, I need an Uber or something to go to an interview. He said it wasn't his responsibility, so I left.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask a reasonable question, right? So with him dipping out, or you dipping out, did you still have to then have the responsibility of getting yourself to work?
I ended up just moving back to Atlanta where there is public
Okay, so
transportation
basically,
to get back and forth to a job.
Right, because Dallas is about 35, 40 minutes outside of the city type deal. Maybe
and
even
it's
an
country.
hour.
Like the nearest place to even work was like 10 miles away, and you got to walk.
Okay. So 3-month marriage. And so how long did y'all date before you got married?
4 months, and then I did 7 months in jail. So added up.
Wait, what? Wait, no, hold on.
Look.
This sound like everybody going to jail in this situation. Not just the baby daddy and the son, right? So
I didn't.
What'd you
say
go to
that
jail for?
That's another reason why I'm homeless, because I love to work, but I can't get a good job because I'm a felon now, like a 4-time felon. Atlanta lock you up for anything.
Okay, so let's talk about that, because I've always told people Atlanta is the place to be if you want to get away with a little something. Because especially
with
if you're
a
driving.
little something.
Right, but okay, so what was you getting?
Aggravated assault, like you can literally, I call a felony by just texting somebody I was gonna choke them out. That's a terroristic threat charge. I was a felon right then for something so simple.
How and what age were you in that?
27.
Okay.
So
was
this
that your
criminal
first felony?
career, yes, no, financial identity fraud.
Okay,
Because moving to Atlanta,
doing
you
scam
know,
and stuff.
yes.
Okay, I get it. How successful were you with that stuff?
I was successful, but I blew the money on frivolous things.
What type of money are we talking about? What type of level of success?
I mean, I never reached 100,000.
Okay. Gotcha. Huh. Okay, so, we got a lot of information to go off of. Okay, so, all right. And so you got divorced or whatever, and you're 35. Okay, so let's just start from the beginning. Where you from?
I'm from Alabama, baby.
You from Alabama?
Yes.
What part?
Troy, Alabama.
You from Troy?
Yeah.
Hey, man, isn't that outside of Montgomery, right? Yeah, man. Hey, man, shout out that Troy, Alabama, man.
334.
Shout it out, man. Shout out that Gump. Shout out the whole state, man. I love Alabama. I do. I love the ladies from Alabama. I ain't gonna lie.
Because we're real and wrong.
Yeah, man. I love that good country. Ooh. But anyway, all right. So growing up in Alabama, did you have both mom and dad in the household? Like
yes,
household?
until like the age of 11.
11, and so what was that like when they split? Did that cause any effect on you?
That's affecting me to this day, as old as I am. Yeah.
In what way?
It's a long story.
We love long stories.
Like, abuse and drugs were involved. So,
what type of abuse?
like just domestic abuse between them.
Between them, yeah. Okay.
I never experienced any abuse.
Okay, so no.
They were abusive to each other.
Okay, so growing up, you never did have any sexual abuse, any mental, physical. Okay. So growing up, would you say you had like a fairly normal childhood?
Normal? Hell no. But it was a good childhood. Like, like I said, we weren't abused. We were financially taken care of.
What was so not normal about it?
My mama just crazy, so.
Okay, explain. Like in what way?
Like, I could never go anywhere. I was under little, like, lock and key. That's why you should never, like, hold your children to the house, because when they finally break free,
they're gonna go crazy.
They end up like me.
Okay, so what age were you able to, like, jump off the porch?
22.
22? That's pretty late, right?
I know. My mama literally had me under lock and key. Yeah, for real.
Why do you think she had you under lock and key?
Because she wanted what was best for me, and she was going off of how her childhood was. She wanted the absolute opposite.
So what was it about her childhood that made her so protective?
She grew up in foster care, so that was traumatic for her.
It's likely that she experienced sexual assault and sexual abuse and things like that.
She did.
So she was just trying to protect
you from
that. So she was
very old. Like, I got a younger brother. She wasn't as protective over him as me, because he's a boy.
Right.
But as a girl, I couldn't go nowhere. I couldn't date. I couldn't do nothing.
Well, so let me ask. I mean, because it's one of those situations where it sounds like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, as far as from her perspective, right? So, like, hold you on lock and key so that nothing happens, or let you do your thing and then something may happen.
And then this happens to you.
Well, and I get it. I get that this is the result of, like, because it sounds like once you jumped off the porch, so what type of stuff was you doing?
I mean, since I'm gonna keep it real, like, what you think? I came to Atlanta at the age of 24, and I got broke in quick. Like, I was scamming. I was, you know.
No, say it.
I was escorting.
Okay.
That didn't work out because I don't like nobody trying to control me. Like,
what, did you have like a P?
No, but I ventured into that lane, and I realized, like, I'm more abusive than a pimp could be to me. So that didn't work out.
Okay, so let me ask, because, you know, 24, you know what I'm saying, you're here in Atlanta. What made you decide to start doing S work?
It was a thing popping at that time. Like, you made good money. Now you don't make nothing.
What type of money did you make back then?
I told you I ain't never reached 100,000.
Well, when you say 100,000, you mean like in a year, or do you mean like in a month?
For the first 18 months of being here, I never reached 100,000 because I was making money, blowing money. It was
on what?
Fast money on frivolous things that I don't have anything to show for to this day.
Why do you think? Because, like, so you went to high school, right? I'm looking at that.
Yes, I actually graduated third in my class. Like,
you
I went
graduated
to the military.
Third in your class?
Like, I'm very smart. I just ended up in a situation due to my temper, not listening.
So hold on, did you go to college after high school?
Yes, I did.
What
3
college?
years in college, Colorado Tech.
And was that in Colorado?
No, it was online.
Okay, so you did online Colorado Tech. Why didn't you finish?
Because I got wrapped up in this.
Yeah.
I got wrapped up in these Atlanta streets.
How?
It ain't funny, but, you know, it's
like,
funny.
okay, it's because you was online, you was still in Alabama, right?
No, I started in Alabama, and then when I came over here, I was still doing my classes online, and I just stopped doing them.
Huh. I'm always curious as to what makes a woman go into escorting. Like, I understand the if you're just like completely desperate financially.
And that was the issue. Like, I would only do that in desperate situations.
Okay, so you just did it when you needed some money, but then you also did it once you saw that the money, I guess, was easy and gravy or whatever.
Exactly.
But you say you never got to 100,000, meaning 100,000 saved up, or you didn't make 100,000 total?
100,000 saved up. I probably blew through 100,000, but I never got to see that sitting in my account.
Sitting there. Okay. How much was the most you had sitting in your account?
At one time, 37,000.
Hey, listen. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people.
I don't even have a car to show for it.
Did you have a car at one point?
No, because moving to Atlanta, I had so many other options. You got the public transit, you got Uber, you got Lyft. Where I'm from, you don't even have cabs. No Uber, no Lyft, no nothing. So
I get it, but when you was 24, Uber and all that stuff was kind of just starting.
But I still had it.
You had it,
and I had fun catching the train because I never caught a train in my life. So now MARTA,
you was having fun living in the city, doing your thing.
So now MARTA is played out because I need it.
Yeah.
Then I just
MARTA been played out. It's just you was from out of town.
Exactly.
You was from out of town. See, we from here.
Miss my appointment,
No. Well, you got like your spot in line, right? Okay.
But you know.
Yeah, we ain't gonna let these people bully you. All right. Okay. So you came here. You was doing your hot girl stuff, having your hot girl summer, and so okay. You went from third in high school to just
homeless girl on the streets.
And I'm just still trying to figure out, how did we let this happen?
I just told you for the third time, not listening to what I was taught. My mama was a good mother. She did give me the recipe to life, and I just didn't listen.
What did she tell you that you didn't listen to?
Men ain't shit. No, yeah.
When did you lose your virginity? Like what? How old were you?
19.
So you lost your virginity later, you know what I'm saying, than a lot of girls do. So you was a good girl. You was doing your thing.
I was a good girl. I'm coming.
Just had to jump off the porch. Okay.
I didn't have to jump off the porch. I decided to. I had my way made in life. Like I said, I had joined the military right after high school. I had a scholarship for my education.
You had joined the military?
Yes.
Why'd you leave the military?
Because I don't like nobody telling me what to do.
Oh, Lord, see?
I was young and dumb. Like, if I could go back, of course, I would have used it to my advantage. But, you know, that's the past. I'm finna try to get my VA benefits at least apply for Social Security because the government think I'm crazy. So
how long did you do?
I just did 2 years before I was discharged.
Honorably or dishonorably?
It was other than honorable, and it changed to honorable.
Okay, what'd you do to get discharged?
Oh, I just stopped going to my drills because my supervisor at the time told me I was gonna go to hell. So I was like, y'all go to hell and just stop coming.
Huh. Okay. All right. Before your 15-year-old got locked up, who had custody?
My mother.
Okay, so you was staying with mom?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Because I was in prison. I just got out of Lee Arendelle 20 months ago.
And how long did you do?
2 years.
And that was for the financial fraud stuff?
Aggravated assault.
That's the ag assault. That was physical ag assault?
I pulled a gun out on somebody. If you shoot them, it's the same charge, so I should have just shot them.
Ooh. And then if you kill them, you might get away with it.
In Atlanta,
no, seriously,
yeah.
In Georgia, like, it's a stand your ground state. So, no, I've seen people seriously get away with murder.
Yeah, I have.
So, all right, well, listen, miss, we really appreciate you taking the time, answering all of our questions. If anybody out there wanted to reach out, help, or donate, do you have a way for them to do that? Do you have social media, Cash App, anything like that?
I got a Cash App, yes.
What's your Cash App?
It's $Maycash 007.
Spell that?
MAYCASH 007.
All right. Well, like I say, miss, we really appreciate you.
Thank
Definitely
you.
wishing them for the best, all right?
Thank you.
Make sure you have a good one, sweetie. All right.